Back in 2004, a tiny show called Lost went way over budget with its pilot episode. The consequences of that saw several people fired. Little did they know, this mishap would help grow Lost into a worldwide phenomenon that completely changed the way people watch TV. This highly engrossing mystery series revolves around a group of plane crash survivors, washing up on shore and fighting for survival on a very weird island holding many, many secrets. If you finish watching this one or are in the middle of a binge watch, we've combed through the archives and saved you the hassle with our top 7 picks for alternate viewing. As always, let us know your favourites in the comments and which of these you've watched. So without further ado, let's start the countdown. The Society is essentially a modern day spin on Lord of the Flies. When a strange smell descends over an American town, the kids soon come to realise all the adults are missing. Even stranger still, the town is now inexplicably surrounded by thick, lush forestry. When the smell finally disappears, the kids realise that their town holds small differences that play a bigger part in the plot further down the line. Do be warned though that the Society was cancelled by Netflix during the middle of 2020 and as such does not have a conclusion. Still, it's a fun ride up until that point. Wayward Pines is one of those shows you really need to suspend your belief and logic to enjoy fully. While the second season does tend to go off the rails a bit, the first season in particular serves up a decent amount of drama across its runtime. The story here revolves around Secret Service agent Ethan Burke, who arrives in the town of Wayward Pines with a big mission. 2 federal agents have gone missing and it's up to him to find out what's happened. Only instead of answers, he finds himself consumed with even more questions. As he starts to dive headfirst into the rabbit hole, Ethan realises to his horror that he may never get out of Wayward Pines alive. As far as compelling mysteries go, Wayward Pines has some nice ideas, even if it does deliver answers a little too quickly. Despite that, there's certainly enough here to enjoy. If thematic depth is your jam, The Leftovers is definitely worth checking out. Running for 3 seasons, the story picks up just after a global event called the Sudden Departure. This inexplicable event sees the disappearance of 140 million people, or 2% of the world's population to be precise. Following that, mainstream religions decline, which paves way for a number of cults to emerge. The most notable among them is the Guilty Remnant. The story picks up from here, and we're not going to spoil much more here, but it only grows more intriguing and interesting over time. The Leftovers is an absolute must-watch. Yellow Jackets is the latest must-watch mystery series, with a combination of horror, drama and wild fan theories. The story centres on a high school soccer squad who hop aboard a plane together and crash land in the wilderness. The timeline also shifts to the present day here, 25 years later, as we see what happened to the individuals who survived and how their experience has changed them. Well written and with a nicely crafted mystery at its core, Yellow Jackets should whet the appetite for fans of Lost. While we weren't overly keen on the Wilds' heavy exposition and questionable editing, the show has undoubtedly gained a lot of plaudits from audiences. The story essentially splits itself across 2 adjacent timelines. The first follows a group of girls as they wash up on a desert island with little resources and in desperate need of refuge. The other timeline takes place after the events on the island, as each of the survivors are interviewed about their experience and how they made it back alive. This one is actually quite similar to Yellow Jackets too, although Showtime's latest original is arguably more engrossing. 365 Repeat the Year is a suspenseful thriller about a group of people resetting their lives for different reasons. Specifically, our story here follows 10 different individuals who reset their life by 1 year and relive their past. Only unexpectedly, mysterious situations begin to arise, with each of the characters seeing their fates changed and distorted in the process. At the forefront of this is Ji Hyung-ju, a detective in the Violent Crime Division. When he figures out something is awry, he begins investigating this phenomena. Dripping in tension and full of clever twists, 365 Repeat the Year is a mystery book series with a really pacey story, and it's likely to be one of the most underrated on this list. On paper, Manifest's premise is actually incredibly interesting. A plane takes off on a seemingly normal trip, but when it touches down at its destination, 5.5 years have passed for everyone else other than the passengers on board, who haven't aged a day. Why did this happen? Who or what caused it? Why this flight specifically? And exactly what connects all these passengers together? Just to preface, this show remains dead set on dragging out its mystery for as long as possible, although to be fair we do get some answers during the final season. Manifest is a soap opera first and foremost though, with sprinklings of sci-fi and mystery elements added to keep things interesting. So there we have it, our 7 TV show alternatives to watch when you finish watching Lost on Disney+. So what did you think of our picks? Do you agree? Are there any notable omissions? Or do you think we're way off the mark? Either way, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.